Page 42, Getting to Know You. This is where the left hand gets to have all the fun and the right hand gets to accompany. It's a little different. Cut time, or 2/2 time. No sharps or flats, key of C major. And my approach is, for cut time, is I'll put it in 4/4 to learn it, and then I'll put it back in cut time after I get to know it. So I'm going to talk about this as though it's in 4/4 time and a quarter note gets a count. Starting with the right hand. Let's make sure we got these chords and things down. You got a D, an E, and a G. So it's, when the right hand comes in, 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh boy, isn't this fun? And then at the end of the line, same thing. Next line, you just come down one key, keep the same pattern just here, and then the thumb comes down, and thumb's doing double duty. That's fine. So the second line is 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and during the rest you come back up. They're saying 1, 2, 4. I prefer 1, 3, 5. You're going to do 1, 2, 4 in the next one. Just be in this position. You don't have to move around. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then you got to come back down. 1. Pretty repetitious, actually. Page 43, at the end of the line, the last measure. 1, 2, 3. Then you're going to lift up and come up. Thumb. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 4 and of. Here. Second line, G's, D. And then, now this second measure, the second line here in the right hand. And then here, going up. There's no fingering I can find that really works for this. I'd like to play all that legato. That's the melody there. I'd like to connect it. I can't. So we're just going to have to live with my cup of tea. Ugh. Now, if you want a little more advanced fingering here and you got bigger hands, well, you don't have to have big hands, just bigger, not real little hands, but then you can do this. For the second measure, you're here, and then for the quarter notes, do a 5, 4, 3. Here. And if you can do that, then you can connect it, because I can do here. I can do that. And for the C and the D, thumb plays both. We do that a lot in piano, where the thumb will play 2 keys. That's standard. I mean, it's okay. So you can do that here, and then you can connect it, make it a little more musical. And then going on, the little grace note I'll do later. Just right now, just the big notes. Then in the third line at the end, you get the same thing here, sort of. Here you can finger it like they're telling you to, because you can cross over. You can connect them. And then here, so you're playing the E. This is the fourth line down, going from the first measure to the second measure. You're playing the E again. So the here to here to here. You're playing the E each time. So that you can just lift up and move. You can use thumb. However, there, I would suggest for these, the second measure and all those G's, use 3, 1, 3. 1, 2, 3, 1, 3. It's a safer fingering than trying to use the same fingering for all of them. Here, and then you can do a 1, 2, 5 or a 2, 3, 5. It's up to you. And then again, lift up, and it's the thumb. Like same fingering, 3, 1, 3. Here, and then last line. Connect the top note. I'm just lifting up here, I'm holding that down, and I can hear. And then I lift those up, I hold that down, and here. So I'm connecting the top note. And then the last one is a C, E, C. Left hand. This is melody through most of it. 4 and up. So you gotta reach up. You can use 5 there if you want. I see nothing wrong wrong with that. I don't understand why they want to use 4 unless they just don't want to use the little finger. And I don't agree with avoiding fingers. Sometimes we have to fingering things a certain way because of the awkward fingers won't do it. But I don't believe in avoiding them. So as far as I'm concerned, 5, 4, 3 is fine. And you're hitting with third finger, and again I'd come up and use 5. Now, third line down, you need 4 on the E, on the F, because you got an E coming off. You have to accommodate that. And so the last line is here. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. That's tied, and then going. It's pretty repetitious. Page 43, second line. You're down here. You'll have to connect these, but do the best you can. And then next measure, come down. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, and then you repeat back up. Go down third line. Now, depending on how you fingered the bottom of page 42, if you use 4 for the last triplets, you're going to use thumb on the third line. That's the second ending for the A. If you use little finger for the triplets, you're going to use second finger there. Here, whichever. I'll probably use second finger there because that's what I'm used to. But if you do, the second A needs to be with thumb because we're going to cross over for the next measure. And here, again, 1, 2, 1. 2, 1. You know that's an E, I hope. 2 ledger lines above the staff. And then you get 3 beats of rest to come back down here. 1, 2, this is fourth line. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And this is fun. At the end of the line, it's a D, an F sharp, and a C. You can use their finger if you want. Out of habit, I use a 4 because the chord is actually this, and that's how I finger it. But whatever. The last line, third finger on it, because that makes it easier to reach the B. And then at the end, I use the fifth finger. 1, 2, 3, and then third finger. So again, the last 2 measures. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, rest. Put the hands together. Slowly, I hope. 4 and 1. So the left hand's tied, and go on. So you can see how the notes and the hands line up here. Does that kind of help? The last line on page 42, 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, rest. Then there's a 1 beat rest in the right hand. You're still holding that down, and then you go on. So the last measure is 1, 2, rest. 1, 2, and when you play that chord, the left hand comes up. There, and then the right hand gets the melody. Right hand up, and then you'd repeat that. Go back over the. Let's go on. The third line, you're here. Hold the E down, it's tied, and then up. That's kind of tricky rhythm-wise because the left hand's playing on the 2 and 4 of the beat. So at the beginning of the line, it's 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. can get that nice and slow, take it as slow as you need to go, but get rid of any hesitations. This beat needs to be steady. Then we can add the articulation. Well, the left hand, or you got slurs and staccatos going on, and good luck with all that. So this is all slurred. Lift up. Lift up there, but okay, and then the right hand is staccato at the wrist. So forth. So put in, you can read the articulation as well as I can, I'm sure. Just put in the articulation. At the end of the second line on page 43, you have that little note. It's very quick, right before the main note. Some people play it right before the beat. Some people play it on the beat. Can't really tell. I play them on the beat very quickly. You can almost play them at the same time and just release that. Except that's staccato, so you got to release them both. So just real quick. There. How you finger it, you can do 4/5, you can do 3/5. It's up to you, because it's staccato. And that's how the grace note will work here. Not all grace notes work the same way, but that's how. They're usually a quick note right before the main note. If it's messing you up and you can't do it, then just leave it out, because it's optional. Does it say it's optional? Take my word for it, it's optional. Now on the third line down, look out. You're here. Right there. It's the last measure of the third line. Staccato in both hands. So the last two measures, they come up together. Now this is not staccato anymore. You hold these out. Tenuto, hang on to that, and then now it's staccato again. Right when you play that, the right hand comes up. And the last measure, that is staccato with an accent. You don't need the accent with fortissimo. Just play it loud and short. Don't get vulgar with it. It's not bang. It's just a loud note at the end. It's nice to tell the audience when you're done sometimes, and that usually does the trick. I'm done. Dynamic wise, well, it's a happy piece, but they want soft at the beginning, and that's the melody. That means these chords need to be probably, well, they don't overpower. We want to hear that all the way you're playing the chords. Don't overpower them. You're not going to play it all the same level. You're in this soft area. You can get a little louder and soft. You have to get to know the piece. Now, over on page 43, at the end of the first line, you see the crescendo. Come up a little, maybe to a moderately soft. You're going to go up to loud, but not until the third measure. So the second line, first measure, you're moderately soft. Then go up to moderately loud. Now loud. Right? Then when you repeat, you go back down to moderately soft. You were soft the first time and now you're moderately soft. Means you're just a little bit louder. Whatever. I don't know how picky you're going to get with that, but okay. So whenever you get to the second ending, you're in the moderately soft range and they want you to crescendo there. They don't tell you how much to crescendo. I'd go up to maybe moderately loud. And then here, now come back down to soft. Crescendo back up to loud. This is loud. Don't get loud till then. So take your time, plan out your crescendo so you're not loud till the last measure or the last line. And now they want you to go up to very loud. And then very loud, whatever. Speed wise, well, it has to be accurate. Cheekily is not a speed, it's a mood, but a lot of times in these pieces they don't tell you the speed, they tell you the mood of the piece, and you have to kind of get the speed from the mood. Depends on how much wine I've had to drink on that one, cheekily. But it's a happy piece, and it's a cut time, so now we need to feel it in 2. 1, 2, 1. It's not how fast the beat goes, it's how fast the piece flows. It's all in all. There's one little spot in here I'd like to talk about. It's not very pianistic. So this is an arrangement, so once I learn it the way it's written, I fix the stuff I think I need to fix. I rearrange it. And that is going on page 43, going from the first line to the second line. In the right hand you have here, you're playing the C twice. I can't connect the C, I want to connect this. That's the melody, I'm going to connect it. I can't connect it the way they've written it, because I got to play the C again. So I got to get off it so I can play it again. Oh. So what I do in most cases, like in here, is I simply tie the C over. I don't play it again, I just hold it down. I just add those to it. That way I can connect it, and I still have the C for the chord, you can hear it. So I recommend you do that, just connect the C. I'd like to play it with you very slowly to double check the notes and the rhythms. And I'm going to do this in 4/4 time. I'm not going to do any dynamics, but we will do the first and second endings. We'll do the repeat. So I'll give us 3 quarter note counts to come in, because we would come in on beat 4 if it's in 4/4 time. If it's in 2/2 time, you come in on the and of 2. 1 and 2 and. Well, but in 4/4 time, we come in on beat 4. 1, ready, and go, and 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. Repeat. One, two, three. Rest. Second ending. list.